Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. Dave, as I've been saying all week, excuse my voice. It's all about Stephen. It takes him to 8-0 now. Oh, don't do this, David.
Yeah, 8-0.
8-0, you fucker. Pleased with the performance tonight?
I'm absolutely over the moon, yeah. Speak of the devil.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, here he is.
Who's going to start?
Come on in. Step into my office.
Let me see the height difference between the two of you.
No. It's like that, is it?
I was going to ask him about your own performance, but you can talk about it first, Stephen.
Yeah, it was a clinical performance. I didn't go looking just to blow his head off with one shot. I touched him up top, brought his hands up, sunk that body shot, and that's all it wrote.
Very bold and direct, but that's basically what happened. So, Dave, look, 8 fights in now, still a bit of a learning curve for Stephen. He's still kind of finding his feet to a certain extent, but you're pleased with kind of the progress he's made in 8 fights?
Yeah. I'm all about development. I've got a very young stable. Stephen was only 22 last week. He had steak for his birthday cake, and he actually put a candle in the steak.
No birthday cake.
He's only 22, so he's got bags and bags of time. But what he has got is bags and bags of potential. For me, what that means is not see that potential and say, "Oh, rush him." See that potential and develop him. And this is, what I spoke with George Warren about, and this is why we're at Queensbury, because George and Frank are into developing young talent. And Stephen's certainly a young talent. I think he's one of the best young talents in the UK and Ireland. And I just feel as though with time to develop, then, he's going to become a really, really good fighter, a special fighter.
Are you noticing the subtle improvements as your performances are kind of going on?
Yeah, every fight you have, you feel like that. Like you go back into the gym the next week, and you just feel like more of a complete fighter every time. It's a feeling you can't really describe. But you just feel like you know what you're doing more. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, every camp you're getting better, and you might not see it. You might not see the improvements straight away, but over a space of time, massive improvements.
Just from your perspective, Dave, from the outside, because you don't work with loads of fighters, you never have. So the ones you pick, we're like, okay, there must be something special about this fighter, that fighter, for you to be involved in their career. So that tells a different story, but obviously he's got to produce as well. Yeah,
it does. My time, as you get older, I think you appreciate your time a little bit more, because time's running out. So the time that you spend is on fighters, on work, is the time that you're spending away from your family. So for me to spend my time in the gym, and then like this, weekends away, days away from family and things like that, then it's got to be worth my time. And yes, talent is a big part of that, but it's attitude, it's mentality, it's discipline, it's that what are they wanting out of the sport? Are they just wanting to do all right, or have they got that passion to consistently push themselves further than where they're at? But the one thing about Stephen is that as a person, I always say you can only get the best out of somebody's potential, or work towards it, getting the best out of somebody's potential, if you gel with them. And if if fighter and coach gels, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be the best coach in the world or the best fighter in the world. But if you're getting the maximum out of that fighter together, then that's how you can create champions, and along the way, the experience, the education that they're picking up, the sparring, the hours in the gym, the drilling. If they've got the mentality to drill the same thing over and over again, shit they don't get right at first, and they keep getting it wrong, but they keep doing it. If they've got that mentality, then in the long run, in the big fights, everything is just there. There's so many different facets to his game, and that's what he's doing. He ticks every box. What I want to see in a fighter, he ticks every box. It just so happens that he can punch as well. When he come to me, it was just this powerhouse looking to knock you out with every single shot. And yes, he had heavy hands, and yes, he had plenty of knockouts in the amateurs and things like that. But it was very predictable, and there was a lot of work to be done on him, and he's shown that mentality to allow that. And I've kind of said to him, I want you to forget about being a puncher and think about trying to be a boxer, but you have that power that because you're boxing, your power's going to come out and you'll knock people out, and that's what's happening.
Just gone past the first half of 2024 now, so ideally for you, how many fights do you want to have before the end of the year?
Definitely want to have 3.
3?
Yeah, another 2. Like
Okay,
3 this year. So maybe September, and then maybe November, December would be perfect.
We'll see, because he's just had a 1-minute job.
Yeah.
So he's going to have I want to go back and have a couple of weeks with his family, because that's the other thing. He's close with his family, he's close with his friends over in Cork, in Ireland, but he doesn't see them. He honestly, he sacrifices so much, especially for a young kid, looking after himself and learning how to cook and live on his own to pursue a dream. He's going to go back home, spend some time with his family, then get back into the gym. He'll have 2 weeks off, get back into the gym, and I want him out again as soon as possible. He's a fit kid. He's not somebody that's going to go out, and drink. He don't or anything like that. So have a couple of weeks out of the gym, come back in, and I'd like, to get out quickly, and keep the ball rolling, because I want activity for him, because that's the one thing that through no fault of his own that's been a little bit of a stumbling block.
Okay, well listen, Stephen, congratulations, another win for you. I'm going to chuck a couple of questions outside of your win tonight to Dave Coldwell. You're more than welcome to stay and contribute to this conversation.
Stood on my toes and my calves are burning, so I'm going to...
No, you're not.
He's going to go, and then
No.
I'm going to drop back down.
No. David, we've got...
See you later, guys.
David, we've got just 2 questions to ask you. Congratulations.
Cheers, man.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.